Hi everybody, and welcome back to Privilege Pulse. It has been an exhausting week. I've been burning at the end of both candles for my full-time job. I work in corporate as an experience designer, and I've also been working on a prom dress for a client. I'm a fashion designer, and so I make clothing, I sew, I pattern design, I do it all. I design fabrics. It's my passion, and I took on this young lady whose prom is coming up in a week. And boy, when I tell you procrastinating sewing is not a good idea, even if you are good at it, because I'm great at it. And I've done this before where I had a fashion show and I was up the night beforehand. I had a fashion show in 2 different cities back to back, same day, May 1st and May 2nd. And, April 31st and May 1st. And I was up working April 30th on the dresses at that time. So it takes a lot out of me. But I love what I do. I love the smile that people get on their face when they're putting on their dress or their suit or, whatever I've designed. I love the smile that they get. I love the confidence that fashion gives people, and I love that I have a hand in that by creating something. And for me, I just love the process. I love sewing. I love undoing a garment in my mind and making it into a flat 2D design and just understanding the mechanics of it. I'm a process person. I'm detailed in that way, and so I really appreciate that element of the process. And it's just this week I haven't really had a chance to really dive into it and appreciate it because I'm also working on this this experience for some clients. It's happening next week in another city. On top of that, so that added element of like not knowing everything about that location, and me working remotely in another city, and I have to land there and just hope that everything goes well. But in the spirit of all that, and burning at the end of both candles, in the spirit of working yourself and pushing yourself so hard, I want to emphasize the importance of decompressing, and I want to emphasize the importance of prioritizing your health. I haven't done a great job of that this week. I'm owning that, and I want to use this video in this space to encourage you to self-reflect and take accountability for those moments where you are experiencing burnout. And you may think that that's a great thing, but burnout is not a good thing. Like, rest should be equally as important as the work that you're putting in to get something done. You should allocate the right time for you to regenerate and rejuvenate and re-up yourself so that you are not trying to give 110% to something when you are at 3% well-being wise. You're not hydrating. I'm always saying stay hydrated, you guys. Stay meditated, stay at peace and central to your equilibrium. That's so important because you cannot help others and you cannot do for others until you do for yourself. You can't do for your job, you can't do for your hobby, you can't do for your passion project, you can't do for your family, your friends, your loved ones, your partner, you can't do for your dog. You really can't until you take care of yourself. So I want to talk to you guys today about a topic that I'm calling activating your womanhood infinity stones. And this topic came to me because I'm entering this period right now where I am shedding off a lot of weight, both emotionally, spiritually. I'm really coming to some clarity around who I am, what I want to do, finding myself in tune with God to understand what my purpose is. And in the midst of all that, I've had to shut myself of a lot of people and things that had me feeling unsure of that, or things that had me feeling as though I had to be a false version of myself. So there have been some friendships that I'm not investing as much time into. And no, I'm not having conversations with them as much. I'm not really talking to them as much simply because it's important for me to prioritize what I need in this chapter of life. And part of what I need in this chapter of life is simply honesty. I need to be honest about who are the people that I want in my corner going into my late 20s. Who are the people I want in my corner when I'm entering different stages of my womanhood, when I become a mother, when I get all these promotions and, my career and my passion project and everything is in place. Who are these people I want around me when I'm entering these different stages of womanhood? And motherhood is just like one example of it. And I'm sure there are others, but that's the first one that came to mind for me. And I'm not saying subscribe to this simply if you want to become a mother. Subscribe to this simply because you are going to go through different stages of womanhood. And it's important for you to unpack and understand what it is that you need and assess whether or not the people around you are actually giving you that. And if they aren't giving you that, ask yourself why you're still entertaining this relationship. Why are you still entertaining that situationship or that friendship or that family member in your inner circle? Because I mean, family you can't get rid of, but you can take them out of your inner circle. They don't need to know your business. And when you take away all those things, it's going to feel like you have nothing to do. It's going to feel like you don't have plans every weekend. You're not outside. Oh, it's all this quiet time, this idle time. And that is where you are wrong. And that is why this video is important, because no, you're not in idle time. You're not bored. This is time for you to up your skills and level up. I find myself at a space where I don't have a lot of people in my circle. And, the people who are in my circle, they are in different cities. Our hangouts are spaced out. Our FaceTime calls are spaced out. But when we have them, they're quality. Quality time is my love language. When we talk, we're on the phone for a minute. When we hang out, we're hanging out for a minute. And there's some logistical things, like if I do want to go out in the city and those girlfriends I'm talking about that aren't there, I can't go out alone. I'm a woman. Like, safety is important. Just me personally, where I'm at, what city I'm in. I grew up here. I live here. I know how things work out here. I'm not going outside alone at night. And why would I go alone at night to a bar or to a club? That doesn't even like spark my interest really. What sparks my interest is being around different activities or experiences that are exposing me to things or challenging me to think or giving me a chance to create. And I surround myself with people who give me those same exact experiences and those same exact encounters. A lot of my friends are, creatives in their own way, not like they're tactical artists, but like they do something. They're ambitious. I'm around ambitious people. And that's so important for me because we're always pushing each other. But now that we're all spaced out, we're doing our thing, you know, it's important to find something new for me to do. Not even new. It's important for me to find things to do that is going to usher me into the next stage of life. And when I say level up and get into your womanhood infinity zones, yes, we're Thanos. And yes, I'm calling it we're Thanos because we're going to be villains to people because we're doing this shit, because we are not waiting for other people to give us the baton. We're running the race regardless of who else is in the heat with us. We're running this. I used to run track. We're running this shit. We're running this 4x100 by our damn selves if we have to. Your womanhood infinity zones are simply this: the skills and the elements of your femininity, of your confidence, and of your happiness that you need to have under control for yourself so that you are always able to provide for you, regardless of what the external world is doing or your relationships or whatever. And I'll give you some examples of infinity zones for myself that I'm developing right now. Learning how to braid, learning how to do my own hair. That's something I've been really tapping into. I plan on locking my hair at some point, but leading up to that point in time, I've been working on rebuilding my relationship with my hair. I did a big chop about 2 years ago. My hair is chin length now, and it's been so cool just to see it grow and me being the owner of it, because beforehand it was my mom and my sister who took care of my hair when I was growing up, and now as a woman I'm in charge of that. And when I did the big chop, I was in charge of it. And so it's been so satisfying to like take care of my hair and see how it's been growing and developing, and knowing what products I need, what oils to use, how should I wash it, what type of styles to get, what isn't pulling on my edges, what isn't going to cause me late 30s alopecia. It's really important. And I'm calling that out because a lot of Black women go through hair loss because of how much stress we put on our hair, trying to do all these beautiful styles, don't get me wrong, but you really need to know what works for your hair strength. I have 4C and natural hair. My hair is very thick and it's very tight and strong. The curls are very coily, very tight coils. So like learning what products really help bring out my curls so that I can wear a puff, and that confidence is important to me. Learning how to braid my hair. That's something I'm working on actively now. I just bought a mannequin to figure it out. Learning how to braid my hair, because then I'm not having to worry about paying somebody $800 to do knotless small medium braids with goddess hair, because that is insane. That is an insane expectation in pricing. And I know the economy is shot up, but I'm not paying $800 for somebody to braid my hair when I can just take the time out to learn. That same $800 can be the same $800 I invest in figuring it out. I paid $20 for a mannequin, and I'll have to spend however many hours to figure out how to do it, but I will figure it out. And then I can lean on the people I know that know how to braid to get tips and tricks. I got friends sending me videos on how to do it, and now I'm practicing. That's just one of the infinity stones I'm working on, and I'm just going to toss out some more ideas, for the sake of you guys reflecting and really figuring out, wow, like what's something that I don't know how to do, but that if I did know how to do it, that would be another skill or another asset for me that makes me that much more amazing. That's really the core of it. Just leveling yourself up. This time that you have away from people and distractions and things, even if you do have those people around you, like be very intentional about, okay, I'm gonna hang out with my friend on that weekend, but the next 2 weeks I'm really gonna lock in and focus on this infinity stone. Other infinity stone examples for you guys. Learning your makeup. Literally use TikTok. It's everywhere. TikTok has everything. You can learn how to braid on TikTok too. Learning how to do your makeup. Tapping into real life hobbies for yourself. I mentioned I'm a fashion designer. I love it. That is my passion. I don't consider that my hobby. It's more of a passion project, something that I'm always just doing. It's a skill that I'm always sharpening. And I don't want to call it a hobby because it's like, oh, I'm not investing that much. I mean, you can invest a lot of time in your hobbies, but for me, the way I look at a hobby is something fun that I like opt into and opt out of without any stakes to it. When I sew, that's something that has stakes to it because my reputation is behind it, my brand is behind it, my fashion company. So that is something that's a little bit more higher stakes, but it's not something as high stakes as like a job might be, because it's like funding your life. It's something in the middle for me a little bit. And I do want that to eventually be high stakes where it is funding my life. And we're working towards those stages. But I wanted to clarify for you guys just like what a hobby is in my mind, so you know where I'm coming from. And, encourage you to find those hobbies. Like it might be dancing, it might be going to a cooking class. And then that's actually really cool if you do cooking, because the cooking is going to feed over into your personal life. And like, oh, now you have mad chef skills. You know how to make whatever type of cuisine someone is curious to try, or how to switch certain spices to give something a little different, je ne sais quoi, whatever the case may be. So if you find yourself ever asking this question, oh, like, what am I going to do with this time? Or I don't really have any plans, or you see all these people outside, because I'm making this video for a couple reasons. One, give you guys, one of the reasons the outcome of this video is that I want you to enter the summer knowing that you control the narrative of your summer. That does not belong to the internet. It does not belong to the really popular tweets that people are posting online saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna be outside to be outside. It doesn't belong to Fashion Nova or Shein or any other social programming and messaging that's trying to get you to spend all of your money, blow all your money at clubs, going out, and just being seen to be seen. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that either. I'm not shaming anyone for wanting those things. I'm simply saying those things are always put on a higher expectation than the people who are more homebodies. This video might really quite literally just be for the homebodies who feel social pressure that, oh, I need to be outside. You don't need to be outside if that's not what you want to do. And the way you need to be outside might not be the way that someone else is going outside. Maybe your outside is simply going to a cooking class, or going to this art workshop, or going to this networking event, or this, in person like gallery opening. And I'm throwing out things that connect to me, remember, but I want you to fill in those blanks for yourself. Like, what is something, an interest that you have? Maybe you're going to the theater, maybe you're going to the farmer's market, or you're going out to a garden to pick, flowers, or, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're working with kids and you're in a summer camp. Like, I think the internet does a really great job of promoting and glamorizing this expectation that when it is summer, all women need to be outside, ass out, cheeks out, boobs out, and you need to be seen at all times. You need to be that bad bitch at all times. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't be your best at all times. Be your best at all times. I want that for everyone listening to this page. And particularly for my pretty privileged women, there's an added pressure for us when we are beautiful that we should want to do those things. And I am telling you, do not believe that. You don't have to do those things. This is going back to my other video when I talked about people expecting pretty women to be super extroverted, meaning you want to be out, you want to be seen, you want to be talking to people. No, I am pretty, have pretty privilege, and I don't want to be outside every weekend. I have pretty privilege, and I'm a homebody. Sometimes I have pretty privilege, and sometimes I just want to spend time with my own company. I'm pretty, and it doesn't mean that I want to be outside with a bunch of people that I really don't know like that. I don't care to know like that. I'm not really in the business of adding new friends to my group right now. I'm kind of cool with the people I'm with, and that's also okay. It doesn't mean I wouldn't be cordial or friendly to people if I did, go out, but I'm just not going out of my way to add a bunch of people into my life just to make myself feel like I'm a social butterfly, when that is not going to give me that type of gas that I think it is. It's just going to give me more distractions that are stopping me from keying in to my star player. As Cat Williams once said, keying into my star player. What do I need to level up into the next stage of womanhood, to level up into my next stage as a woman? And it is not more people and more distractions and more ideas and more people telling me what I should or shouldn't be doing. It is me listening to my voice, me listening to my body, me listening to my needs, me listening to my interests, me listening to myself, putting on my glove and collecting all the stones I want, putting that in my glove, and popping off doing whatever I want to do for me. And I don't care if I look like a bad guy to everybody else. In Thanos mode, quite literally. They're going to think I'm crazy. They're going to think, oh my gosh, you're going really extreme. You don't need to do all of this. Like, why are you trying to destroy the image that we have of the world and what we expect of you as a pretty woman? And as Thanos will probably say, because it is my duty to myself. Like, I don't really care what you had expected of me. This is what I'm expecting of myself, and I need to get these skills together. I want to spend time with myself figuring this out. I have the right people and the right women in my corner. I have a healthy relationship in my corner. I have, family there. I have, the right type of activities set up around me so that I can get there. But just joining in on a bunch of things because it's groupthink is not good enough, and it shouldn't be good enough for you. If it is what you want to do, do it. I'm not faulting you, but if it is not what you want to do and a slither of you is like, oh, I really don't feel like being outside, don't do it. Explore that. Dig into that. Dig into that and figure out why you don't want to go outside. What do you really want to do? So I'm going to share with you guys really quick, just like the point of this video. And it's a really quick one too. It's not as deep diving as my other ones. This is really much of an energizer for you, but I want you to feel empowered in your mindset to see abundance where there may be absence of something else. So if you don't have 30, 40 people in your circle, you have 2 or 3 compared to someone who has 30, 40, you might feel like, oh, I don't have enough people. No, you have more time to yourself to add to yourself. That's really what that is. And as you add to yourself and you collect these other skills and attributes and these other experiences, you're going to meet other people. You're going to collect more people along the way. But if where you're at right now and you're doing all the same things and you have that solid group of 3 people, that's your solid group of 3. Now it's time for you to use that other free time you have to go explore other things. And naturally, if the universe and, God, if you believe in God, I believe in God, if God brings these people into your life, then God will bring those people into your life. But forcing it by doing things that don't feel right to you is not the way to go. I also want you, another outcome of this video is I want you to feel that you have tangible practices that you can implement in your routine to help your quest of these infinity stones. So, maybe committing to spending an hour a day journaling. You want to up your writing skills, spend an hour a day journaling, learning how to write your feelings, learning how to articulate that. Spending 1 or 2 days off a week doing your makeup and, learning how to do your own lashes or the other cosmetic things that you would probably pay somebody hundreds of dollars for, so that you can start building up your own infinity stones of, oh, I know how to do my own hair. I know how to do my own makeup. So if I ever need to do these things, I can get it done and I'm her. And then, people are going to come to you for that eventually. And it might be money coming to you eventually. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not saying monetize everything you do. Don't monetize your infinity stones if you don't want to. But I encourage you to see those as opportunities that you can monetize and you can lean into it. And then you might be leaning into something that, was meant for you all along. And finally, the last outcome of this is I want you to have clarity on when a season is your season to grow and level up. And when it's your season to, intentionally make new relationships and let people into your life. Just because you're going to these different spaces and experiences to level up your infinity stones, you meet people, that doesn't mean that these are your people. These are people that you're meeting who are also here, who are also on their own journey. And it's up to you to ask the right questions and be curious and get to know them and be like, this is somebody that I want to keep around because they were here at this space with me, but they might be here for the wrong reasons. They might be here for the right reasons. Start taking time to reflect and understanding what different seasons mean for you and how you can make the most of it. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I hope that this was an energizer for you. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, stay healthy, and remember, you are loved, you are beautiful, and this life has so much in store for you. You just need to open yourself up to it. Bye, everybody. I will chat with you guys next time. Oh, yeah.